Good morning and welcome to Write with Rachel. I'm Rachel and I'll be your guide today. Today I am going to be improvising for story ideas, and after that I will be showing you how I write a story in 10 minutes or less. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with a story spark. It's important to do this because it's hard to write a short story if you don't have an idea to start with first. So today our story spark is going to begin with a concept I like to call finish the story. I have 3 different stories here set up that we can start with: story 1, story 2, and story 3. And so to choose our story, I am going to choose from my little box of alphabet letters. If I choose A through F, I'll go with story 1. If I choose R through Z, I'll go with story 3, and anywhere in the middle, we'll go with story number 2. So let's put these into my hand and shake them up a little bit. And let's choose the letter. The letter we have today is A, so that makes it easy. We will be choosing story number 1. And our story number 1 today is going to be I scowled at my phone, the waves. So this will be our story starter. Now we're also going to choose an auditory word for the day. And our auditory word for the day is going to be, actually the sense of smell is what we're going to be working with today. So I have several smell words here that I've written on these cards. So let's choose again and see what letter we get. And this time we have the letter G. So G is going to be, let's see, H-I-J-K, A-B-C-D-E-F-G-H. Here we go. So our sensory word for the day is going to be blueberry muffin. So we have someone scowling at their phone, the waves, and blueberry muffins. So let's start to fill out our idea grid and get this spark going. So our word is we've got waves, scowling, and we've got a blueberry muffin. Okay, let's come up with some ideas for a direction we could take this story. I'll go in 4 different ideas. So let's say that we're going to start, and let's say that today we have Amanda. And Amanda has just come from the hair salon where she got an unfortunate perm. She wasn't quite sure what possessed her, but now she has scarfed down 2 blueberry muffins as she scowls at selfie after selfie, those waves, dot, dot, dot. Next, let's say that we have Brandon. Brandon is at the beach, and he's hoping to go surfing. But unfortunately, the reports show that the waves are out of control. He's sitting in a coffee shop thinking about eating a blueberry muffin when ... dot dot dot. We could take this story in another direction. Let's say that we have Lisa. Lisa is working at the muffin shop. It's blueberry muffin day, and she hates the smell and the way the blueberries stain her fingers. Mostly, she hates how she has to go on social media and wave to the customers to welcome them in ... dot dot dot. And let's keep going. Let's have one more story idea. Wave is a fun one because there's so many different ways that you can interpret it. And let's go here. Let's say that we also have Ken, and Ken is getting ready to go to a new wave party. He wonders what he should bring. His mother told him to always bring something. Would blueberry muffins be too old fashioned for a new wave party? Yikes. He decides to call his mom and ask ... dot dot dot. So there you have 4 different ideas that you could include in a story about waves and blueberry muffins. Of course, I also encourage you to create your own idea if something came to mind that incorporate these ideas, as well as when you're writing your story, remember that when you're writing with the tilt method, we have a goal to keep the story moving. We want to finish the draft And as we tilt the paper and as we change our colors, remember that we can also tilt reality as needed. Do what you need to keep your story moving. If you need to bring in a talking cat, a bit of magic, something that someone might say, that could never happen. Or just end your story on something that doesn't even make sense. Don't worry about it. Just finish the draft. You can always revise later. But you can't revise a draft that you haven't written. That's what the tilt method is all about. We want to keep your writing going. So in a few minutes, I am going to ring the bell, flip the hourglass, and start writing. I welcome you to write along with me. If you would like to watch, you can see my messy handwriting fill the screen. I will talk as I am writing. I do this to model the approach for you. If you would prefer to write in silence, feel free to mute this part of the workshop. If you're watching the replay, it can also be fun to mute this part and play it at 2 or 3 times the speed and watch the story progress quickly. So I think I'm ready to go. So I'm going to ring the bell, flip the hourglass, and get started. My story starts with Lisa. She's senior social media marketing manager at a store called the Blueberry Bakery. They're in competition with a lot of other bakeries in town. Their sales are down, and her job is to bring them up. If she doesn't bring them up, she will be fired. The owner has given me complete permission and a nice budget to move forward. And here I go. Number one, we are going for the messy. Yep, blueberries are messy. They stain your fingers and your mouth. I told our chef to make our muffins as messy as possible. Our new social media tag is blue, and so are you. People can stick their tongue out and show their messy fingers. And this will go viral, I'm sure. The second part I'm stealing from many other restaurants, which is I'm piping in the smell of blueberry muffins out into the street and into the product. We are going to have the best smelling blueberry muffins of anyone. And we are also going to sell blueberry candles, shampoo, soap, everything. And it's all going to be scented exclusively like our muffins. It's time. Make the pitch. The muffins are ready. Bridget, our blueberry founder, is ready with her 12-year-old daughter. And I call Bettina up to the stage. I have her take a bite of the muffin, and she agrees that it's the best tasting one that bakery has ever made. But then she looks down at her hands and starts screaming. They're blue. No, 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 I hush her. They're supposed to be blue. She screams again. In frustration, I take a bite of the muffin and show her my hand. See? Blue. Look. Bettina, do the blueberry wave with me. I try to get her to do what I'm sure is going to be the next TikTok sensation. But she just screams, and Bridget jumps up and tells me my presentation is over. Oh, I get fired. I go home. I take a shower. I brush my teeth. I stick my tongue out at myself in the mirror. Oh no. Now I'm really blue. That's the end of my story for today. If you're in a good flow, I would encourage you to keep going. You can check in the description and in the comments where I'll make additional notes about the story, what I might change about it if I'm going to rewrite it. I will also include a synopsis of the four story ideas, a summary of my micro story, and also a couple of discussion questions if you want to share the story with others. If you enjoyed writing with me today, I would encourage you to subscribe to the channel. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow, and I hope you have a happy and creative writing day. Thanks for joining me.